Gato, we are still muted.
Yeah, my bad. Okay, so again, hello, good people of Polytopia. Welcome to the stream. Today we have an Aquarion rework stream for you. My name is Adam. You might know me from Polychamps as Gato Azul. And today with me is a good friend of all the tribes in the Polytopia world, Toby. Welcome to the stream.
Yeah, it's good to be back.
Yeah, so today the intro will be much shorter because we have a lot to cover. So let's go right away to all the changes that were implemented. So for starters, the Aquarion rework beta has emerged from the depths. So as you can see, it's not the actual update yet. The changes are in the beta. So if you feel like trying out the game, it's available. So the beta is available on Steam right now, right, Toby?
Absolutely. We actually got to play it for a couple hours this morning already.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I don't think they released. So like Mejuan released it on my mobile for beta testers, right? It's only on Steam. Yeah.
Right now, it's just exclusively for Steam for testing purposes.
Yeah. So if you feel like testing this Aquarion rework, if you have the game, it's great, and but if you don't, the game is right now on sale, so it's 70% off. So it's a good occasion to actually buy and dive into the game. So let's go to the changes. So we are going to lay out in this post in the order as follows. So the design philosophy, new mechanics, new units, new buildings, how to join the beta, and challenge all. Okay, so first of all, the path of the ocean showed us that the game's naval mechanics needed improvement before we could work on the Aquarion, a naval-oriented tribe. But now it's out of the way, and we can do this rework. Yeah, because this rework was expected for a very long time, right? Aquarion was kind of, so like let's be like frank. So it was pretty much the weakest tribe in Polytopia, and a lot of players were complaining that they are kind of something is not working there, right?
Yeah, they've been struggling for a bit. They got a temporary balance change though with the Path of the Ocean that gave them their riding unit, so that helped at least give them a jump start that was necessary then. But because of the new changes that they've received in the now, that actually put them in a much too powerful position. So they're back to their original roots of having no starting tech.
Yeah, and so the first and the most important change is then that actually the Aquarian people lost legs, so now they are all mermaids. Yeah, so we have mermaids, which is the warrior, right? And then we have mermaid archers. amphibians stayed as they were, but instead of like a warrior with the legs, we have a mermaid sitting on this turtle creature, and the same thing with the tridents. Yeah, and yeah, so Aquarion units now from from the beginning they can move on water. So at the beginning it's only shallow water, right? And then once the
Yeah, that's correct. So normally most tribes are able to go into shallow water by picking up the fishing technology. Aquarion, on the other hand, only needs to pick up the fishing technology in order to start navigating through the open seas.
Yeah. Okay. So a new thing is that now actually the Aquarion terrain, which used to be like a solid land, right, now is actually all water. So even though it looks like it used to look like, now all Aquarion units, because we'll go we'll cover more of them because there are 3 new units. They can actually like zip through the Aquarion land like it's water, right?
That's correct.
And what Aquarion needs to conquer the lands of other tribes is to flood their lands, because those new units that they got, they can't really move on land. So the flooding is actually very important. It's a bit like with Polaris when they convert the land of other tribes, but it's something more, because Polaris, even though that they freeze the land, they can still move around, right? And they don't need to actually freeze. So like obviously the ice is important, but ultimately they can move on land. Okay, so new units. So the first one is shark. How do you like sharks, Toby? Tell us about the statistics and how do you like them?
So the sharks, first off, they're just adorable little things. I think it's a good replacement for the Navalon, as it's an adorable little sea critter that everyone's kind of been missing. But this one is basically an overpriced warrior rammer, costing you 8 stars, having 10 health, 3 attack, 3 defense, 3 movement, but it also gets to include the extra part of creep, being able to move through rough terrain. And by rough terrain, you're not going through mountains. They're talking about potential forests that are going to be on the water or mostly flooded tiles. That also does include algae that Cymanti can create. So even if Cymanti ends up flooding up your waters with that nasty green bubbly goo, you still got sharks that are able to navigate through all that just fine.
Yeah. So they are something like the warrior rammer, but still they are less expensive than for example a swordsman rammer. Same price as the defender rammer, but like more hit points with the defender. But one person pointed out that actually sharks are a better version of a warrior rammer, because when they siege, they don't they don't lose the defense points. So it's actually harder to break the siege. Like a warrior siege, right?
Yeah.
That's an excellent shark siege. Yeah.
So while sharks can't move onto land, they can still siege coastal cities. That makes them pretty good targets, being able to just rush in and start taking control of one of your opponent's cities. They also, even though I'm saying that they cost more than a warrior rammer, but you also got to remember that you're not also spending an extra turn moving the unit and then upgrading it. The moment you train the shark, it's available.
Yeah, correct. Okay, let's go to the next one. So the next one is Yelly Belly. Yeah, very, very cool unit. Yeah, and it's very, very special because it's the statistics are like no other units in the world of Polytopia. So let's talk about the Yelly Belly.
Whew, alrighty, where to start? So, as a previously Quetzali main, this unit is one of the more interesting defensive units that I can see and think of. I know a lot of players don't like them because they're not great offensively, but I tend to disagree. The fact that they're able to pose such an annoying threat. They move, they deal damage. An enemy unit moves into their tile, they deal damage. They get trained, they deal damage. This is a unit that's able to defend a city just by training it, costing 8 stars, and if you got units on all of them, you could deal damage to all 8 units surrounding the city just by training yourself a Yelly Belly.
Yeah, so the deadly tentacles, right?
These things are not going to win you the game on their own because they can't, again, like the shark, they can't move onto the land. So you'll find very quickly that their uses they quickly hit that wall where sharks can kill units on the coast. Yelly Bellies, the moment that they hit that coast, they kind of feel like they're kind of stuck there, but they create a big wall that your opponent really struggles to get over and get through. Because even just to attack these things, and they can still receive a defensive bonus thanks to aquatism, but just to damage these things, unless you're using ranged, you have to move into it, take damage, and then you get to attack it, which is kind of similar to a mechanic that players have been asking for on the Reddit of being able to have like a faster retaliation. But in this case, it's just moving in the wrong spot.
Yeah.
Also, another possibility that I want to try is see if they deal damage by being pushed, like with a giant or with a dragon.
Yeah, that's
something as such.
Point. Yeah.
I do know that if a unit gets pushed into its tiles, that unit takes damage. So I would assume other likewise, where you could train a Yelly Belly, train a crab, and effectively deal damage with it twice in an AOE just for one unit.
Yeah, that's
I haven't tested that one yet, but that would be an interesting strategic option.
Yep. Okay.
8 stars out of 8.
Yep. Yeah, and I skipped one unit, so actually more. So now Aquarion catapults are called aquapults, right? And they can also float around the map, and Aquarion has sirens, which are an equivalent of mindbenders, and also the cloaks have tails. So I think they are still called cloaks, not some like
daggers have tails too. That's important.
Mermaid cloaks, or sorry, like it's a tongue twister. Yeah, so everything Aquarion now has a tail, no legs anymore. Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the rest of the changes. Like you already mentioned, Aquarion doesn't have ports anymore, so they can go on water like immediately, and the thing that connects the cities, because so in the past they could connect their cities by ports. I mean through the like water routes. But now it's Mijuan decided to go this Symanti way, and so Symanti has myceliums and Aquarion has atolls, and they work pretty much the same. How do you like this change?
So atolls are interesting. They're They have the potential to set up some really strong early game turns of you spend 5 stars and you could get yourself 6 pops. That is insanely powerful. We already thought we were saying that, oh yeah, roads need a nerf. Well, it's holes. You put in the right spot, you connect 3 of your cities together, that could level up usually your capital for free 5 stars and get that all in return, depending on a lot of common situations I'm seeing like every other game. So they're strong, but I don't think they're really overpowered because they're not giving you a mobility advantage. It's just you're being able to get your monument at a pretty affordable price. The more interesting thing about that technology, I think we'll be discussing a little bit in the future.
One question: does Atto have the same like an ability like the mycelium that it heals the units, or
no? So all the atolls do is they connect your cities through flooded or water tiles within three range of each other.
Okay, so no healing. Okay,
no healing.
So they are
just population.
Yeah. Okay. So in this sense, they are weaker.
So they do give one population like an outpost. So that's important. But
yeah. Okay. Next change. Aqua farms are back. Your comment?
I mean, one of my favorite arts that I made for Polytopia includes aqua farms. I'm glad they're back, but I think they fit a little bit better being with Aquarion. So I think
because a common like a comments from the players when the aqua farms appeared after the Path of the Ocean update was released, that they're actually clogging the coastline. It's it's like a lot of trouble with them. So they give you a population, but then you have to decide in some cases whether I should build a port or get a farm, this aqua farm. So it was a kind of they were not a good fit for most of the tribes. But with Aquarion, them not having any of this naval tech right now, I think they are a good fit.
So one thing I'd like to touch on to that is right now they don't currently synergize with the windmills. Me personally, I'd like to see that changed. Also, I think because of, I don't remember if it's covered here or in a different spot. You can put them on coastal and aquatic cities. So it's not discussed in this part, but later, when scrolling down for the exacta patch changes, you can actually build a lot of regular buildings on the water, and visually, it just feels off. So I would like to see custom buildings just for Aquarion to make more sense, and I would like to see the interaction with. I think that's a buff that Windmills could definitely use is work with aqua crops too, but that's just a personal taste. Honestly, all of this is really just a win-win. I'm really excited to see how Aquarion plays out.
Yeah, and maybe one more thing about this flooding. So I think that Aquarion got the flooding tech, but a counter to the flooding is actually building up terrain, right? So I think other tribes can counter the flooding with like building up. So then Aquarion would lose connections, or their units would lose the ability to attack the cities in like inland cities, right?
Yes, very much so. So while Aquarion, they do receive the very much needed flooding tech where they can bring the water to land. Yes, that is right. You can now play Aquarion on dry lands and still be allowed to use your water units. You're not getting punished for playing fishes on land. But your opponents can counter it the same way that you can fight against ice. Your opponents can walk onto your flooded tiles and convert into land tiles and raise the land. So that one's kind of a tug of war of you're receiving better benefits on the flooded tiles and your opponent's receiving better benefits on the land. And unlike against Polaris with the ice, it's a lot slower as you have to use your entire turn in order to do that. So it's actually really rough.
Yeah, and one huge change that I missed is this with like claiming the ruins in like water ruins. So Aquarion now in this beta at least can sometimes find a lost city, and then on a place of the ruin, a level 3 city with a wall pops up.
Oh yeah.
What do you think about that?
I think it's great. Thematically, it's supposed to be underwater cities. So I think it's a pretty nice change. You could then theoretically go to aquaculture and then spend 20 stars a turn a lot in order to build up monuments in order to even expand the border of these aquatic cities that are thematically underwater. They've got city walls because they're so hard to get to for a normal tribe. The downside about these cities, however, is the fact that they only produce 2 stars per turn. I consider an okay city is a city with at least 3 stars per turn. So either
like not a lot of resources from what I experienced. Like I did not play many games in this beta, but I got like maybe 1 or 2 fish from such a city. So unless you get aquatism and build temples all around, it's very unlikely that you'll be able to upgrade such a city.
That's correct. Luckily, you could still build atolls, so you can spend 5 stars to make a connection, as well as get 1 pop. So that takes care of 2 pops, but you're still missing 2 in order to level up the city at least 1 more time. So it is possible for you to get crabs out of these cities. But it's going to be insanely expensive to build up underwater. But yeah, I don't think it's really intended for these cities to be built up into mega complexes. You're still able to build the other buildings though, because Mijiwan did want to make sure that you could build in these. That's why Aquarion can build regular buildings in Ocean Down.
Yep. And to finish our discussion, we have some minor changes. So Tridentians lost the ability to fortify. Crabs, same as sharks, have the creep ability, and they also move 2 tiles, and I think have this runaway. What's the name of the this runaway after attack?
So they still have that ability. They've never fully that was where dash. Yeah, where after they attack, they can move again. But crabs have a movement of 2 on water. So again, crabs are going to be an excellent way to spread the water onto the opponent's lands because they're so hard to kill. But I'm also excited to see potentially new strategies develop specifically for Aquarion, just so you can start flooding the opponent's tiles.
Yeah, it will be interesting. Yeah, and crabs, they got a bit of lifting, like graphics lifting, so they're a bit different from those crabs that we are used to. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much all we have for you from the blog post, right? We did not skip anything.
The only thing that got skipped was something that we already covered, where the ruins turn into cities with walls, or they're level 3 cities with walls, and that looks like it. I believe that's it. So just a quick recap. Terrain is now flooded and all Aquarion stuff, so that's why they're at the same level as the water, and they're 1 step lower than land. All units are now amphibious, so they can walk on water at all times, starting with coastal water, but by picking up fishing, you can move into the ocean. Rammers are replaced with sharks. Bombers are replaced with yelly bellies to act similar to juggernauts, so they're not the new bomber. You've got catapults.
Yeah. I'm very curious how this because I actually did not. So I played with bots, so it's obviously not like a real deal when playing with humans. I actually did not experience that much like a real naval combat. So Aquarion against some bombers and like rammers, like real stuff. So I'm actually curious how this plays out.
Alrighty.
Okay, so I think we can go to games. So
Fantastic.
let me remove that, and yeah. So there's your screen.
Perfect. If I needed to, I could jump into a bot game, but we're gonna try to because I've got at least one player set aside.
Mm-hmm.
I would assume lakes would probably be appropriate for the first game.
Mm-hmm.
And we're gonna play 24 hours just so that way we have a little bit more time to since these are all new stuff for us mechanically.
Yeah, sure, I agree. Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Garden and Spirit is the wrong word. We gotta go. Aha! Eternal Whales. We'll leave all the tribes open.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna go ahead and grab this. But let me grab my player that I had in reserve to help out with all play testing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and if someone from the audience has the beta, you can like send you a friend request, Toby, right? And then maybe after this first game, you could play with someone from the audience. But the condition is you need to be in beta, because otherwise the game will open in the version before, so it will be the old Aquarion. And today we want to try out the beta.
Alrighty, there we go. We have our opponent, and we're going to be starting the game. Jumping right into it. Thank you. Jumping right into this game, we actually are seeing pretty much all the similar stuff. Taking a quick look at our tech tree, we are back to what we are familiar with when Aquarion first came out. Absolutely no text, so we're going to have to research writing if we want to be writing our turtles. We're going to go ahead and do the traditional start, and even notice moving onto these flooded tiles still sounds like water. Our opponent looks like they're Luxor. Ooh. This one's going to be tricky because of this setup. Might be able to get away with a pretty greedy play, but we're going to play it safer. We're going to move.
So you're not going for the lighthouse.
Now, I was heavily considering it right there. We could have had a fishing play right there. Oof, not what I wanted to see. We'll pass the turn. However, sharks and all that are able to move through these flooded things. So the sooner I pick up these sharks, the sooner that I can start being aggressive on the coastlines. I kind of would like to pick up.
Yeah. So the only terrain you can't flood is the mountains. So mountains are mountains, and you can't like flood them.
That's correct. For some darn reason, those mountains are just a tad bit too tall.
Maybe like 2 or 3 turns of flooding and it would work, but in general. No.
I'm going to try to get a cheeky little explore onto my opponent. Right now we don't see enemy terrain, so they're either here in the west or the south. We're going to move our warrior like so, and there we go. Fruit. And let's find out where our opponent's at. I found you. Go down to down to down to down to down, 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 down. Yes! Perfect. Got that lighthouse. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, so they are definitely Luxor.
Oof. Waterways would be pretty good here. Right now we're just considering, do we train another warrior? I think I'm gonna be greedy and choose not to. I'd like to consider a slightly stronger start. The longer we can deny our opponent that scouting bonus, the better. But yeah, so our opponent spawned here in the western corner of the map. Unfortunately, they managed to get to that city before we could, and they're going to be looking to expand these borders. They're not going to be able to build a bridge anywhere here, so we might be able to race them to the eastern side of the map and take full advantage of our aquatic base that we got. We're going to grab a workshop for a superior economy and pass that turn. Right now, we are just looking to have a clean transition into the mid game. We have an okay economy with 9 stars per turn, but this is not looking good. Luckily, we've got this water and mountain tile between our opponent, so we can spend a couple turns just training up warriors. I am looking to get amphibians because that will allow me to outmaneuver our opponent, quickly expand across the water. Same way that Aquarion always did it. And they're choosing to go south instead. That actually buys me even more time than I'm looking for. We're just going to train a safety mermaid and pass that turn. And next turn, we're picking up fishing. With this setup, we actually have a strong chance of getting early sharks and being aggressive against our opponent and really keeping them inside of the borders right over here. Really considering riding more is more important, though. They get a workshop. They did not. So our opponent explored. They have vision of us now.
Yeah, so the audience says that once Luxor gets riders, you're dead.
Yeah, just about. I was hoping for this warrior to go downwards. Now, we're still going to go ahead and pick up fishing. Fish. Hunt. We're going to be safe and just pick up some city walls here.
Oh, ruin.
Ooh. We're going to delay on capturing this ruin for a couple turns. We'd rather uncover this cloud and get the lighthouse. And we're just going to play this defensively and train up another safety warrior and pass that turn. Our opponent's looking to surround the capital and get a siege in, but now statistically they are unable to, so we should be fine.
Do you think that they already have some city with the water access or not yet?
So our opponent, from the looks of it, needs to expand borders first. So they have to improve their economy before they can consider getting onto the water. So again, we're going to delay capturing that just for a turn. Ooh. At this point, I'd rather let's go ahead and get these amphibians a rolling so we can start defending ourselves, but also
expanding much faster because
a lot faster.
The mermaid warriors are nice, but still they are like one. It's one tile range, so they are slow.
We are this turn going to go ahead and pick up atolls. Man, that would have been nice. Right over here. Oh, that was misplay. I should have gotten this first.
Yeah, 5 stars.
Not the end of the world.
And
we'll pass the turn.
Okay, first kill.
Ooh. They already have access to catapults. So they're looking to try to start sieging this city a lot. If they're able to level this up, they're going to expand the borders. There they go. And now they have water access.
Okay, yeah.
So this forest tile here is in the way for a perfect atoll, unfortunately.
Yeah, this one would connect all 3 cities.
There's no reason for us to use atolls yet. So we're just going to go fishing, get ourselves those extra resources. Move right over here. Ooh, that's going to be a nice city.
Is this a spot for this lost city or not? Because there are some conditions. So not all ruins will be lost cities, right?
That is correct. So in order for a city to be a lost city, first it needs to be on an ocean tile, which this ruin is, but it also can't be too close to another city. Now, while our opponent did expand the borders, but it's still not too close to any cities. It's at least too far away from here, too far away from here, 3 far away from all the way over here. So adjacency-wise, this ruin is actually, if we capture it, a lost city.
Okay.
We're going to go ahead and play extra greedily. Just get ourselves a workshop. Move you there. Mermaid, amphibian, amphibian, amphibian. And it's time to kind of start spamming out amphibian units.
Yeah, building up army.
Looks like we potentially have another city here. We're going to use this mermaid to go here, and then eventually pick up the lighthouse over here. Actually, we'll use this mermaid to go forward since we can only move one space at a time anyways. And then we'll use our rider that'll be able to re-enter the front of the map a lot faster. I'm going to be tossing back and forth about this decision. Nah, the rider should be moving forward, just in case we need to bounce backwards.
So what's the plan? Will you sacrifice this amphibian to get the ruin?
So it's not going to be worth losing one of our own units just to get a ruin. We will go ahead and claim this one. I bet you it's a maid. Nope, it's Pops. Oh, that's really good. So, because with that, we could grab this atoll and immediately get a crab.
Yeah. And with the crab, it will be really difficult for your opponent to.
Right.
To fight it. Yeah, there's the village.
There's the ruins. We'll go here. If we go here.
Yeah, unless they have riders, you will get those ruins.
Yep.
Because there is only one tile where the warrior might step on and hit your amphibian. So we'll see.
We're going to go ahead and grab ourselves even more amphibians and pass the turn.
Yeah, so there was a question where the crabs changed from the crabs that we know already.
So the crabs, for the most part, are the same. It's going to be hard to see it, but essentially the colors on the crabs are slightly different. They have black tips for their claws, for their pinchers. It's just a very couple of minor changes. They still have escape, where they can.
So that's called escape. Yeah, because
Yeah,
we've been discussing it, and it's not dash, so that's escape. Yeah.
I always get ability names confused a lot.
Yeah.
My stream is constantly correcting me on those.
Yeah, and I think there is a change when so like if many players have play Aquarion, then the crabs are like the whole crab is the color is like changed, because in the past I think that they only had like a strip on your head or somewhere.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So now I think the whole crab is the color that you're playing.
So
yeah, I see a first giant.
So we are actually, with this ruins, yes, the unit's probably going to die, so we're going to have to get ready to defend the city, but we're going to go ahead and get ourselves that lost city,
nice.
Which immediately connects with our capital, and we're just a couple pops away fishing. Yeah, they can't siege it though. So if we go ahead and pick up fish, build an atoll right over here. It's not going to give us the extra pop because it's already have a connection to our capital thanks to this one here. But notice we could build these Park of Fortunes anywhere. I'm going to go ahead and build it here just to make it a little bit more inconvenient for our opponent, just in case we lose this city, so they can't build a bridge or anything like that, and make it easier to move forward. Population growth. And get another crab.
Nice.
With that, it's time to get aggressive. We're gonna go ahead and move right over here. Bop. Right over here. Start getting that fish. It's a giant. And start. Yeah, I guess it's time to start moving forward. So we have. We're kind of past the traditional starts that we would be going with. It's time to decide like which direction we're going to be going. And Aquarion has a different way they have to encounter this kind of scenario. Now, we know our opponent has sawmills, so we're about to have to deal with catapults, which normally you would go with knights, but we have spearing. Fortunately, tridentians are slow on land, so that's not quite the case. Maybe have to go with mermaid archers, or maybe our aquapults of our own. We've got a lot of options. There is one other option I'd like to consider, which is going strategy for these mermaid defenders, specifically so we move forward very slowly, and thanks to this waterways technology, start flooding the tiles, and then be using our marine life, as well as belly bellies, to start applying pressure. So those are the options that we're looking at. For now, we're going to go ahead and just spam out a whole bunch more amphibians in the back, just for a bit of extra pressure. We should probably be saving our stars for farming. But yeah, so there you go. This is, I don't know how common this is going to be, but here is a level 5 underwater city.
Yeah, they're trying to expand to those southern villages. Yeah, but it's interesting that they are going for a land battle. I think like all the funds went there, so no naval stuff going on.
Just as a slight reminder, I don't see the chat that you're looking at, so if there's any important comments, continue to just read those out.
Yeah, sure. Like I'm sharing whatever is. Yeah, there are like a lot of discussions going on there.
Ooh.
But rather general, not around the game. So yeah, so we have this one. So kind of surprised how little tridents you're using. Normally people spam them.
That's true. Normally tridents are one of the go-to things to go for. I prefer a more balanced economic route, sort of like I play Larion differently than most other players, which has its ups and has its downs. Tridents would actually be pretty good in this scenario, not gonna lie, but I think we're all trying to see what other possibilities Aquarion can do. So if y'all want, I will spam the heck out of tridents. But I'm sure.
Yeah, but that's boring. Let's explore those new things because tridentian spam is with us like for years. So yeah. So another comment: catapults would be much better here since Aquarion doesn't have knights, and he already has the tech, meaning Luxor.
Yeah. So for Luxor, yeah. So the real question is how do we deal with it? So that's the tricky part. Because normally the slow and steady doesn't quite work in most cases. We would have to go with something like diplomacy, get a whole bunch of daggers and use them specifically just to create flooded tiles, but that's unreliable.
Yep.
I will also tell you, like every single game I play, if the moment you rush cloaks, you lose the game. So you could try it. Probably not going to work out.
They are very situational. Yeah.
How do we want to proceed with this? I probably could just pick up archery, get a defensive bonus, and start picking off the units. But I kind of did that during the live stream already. I think I kind of want to play with the slow and steady mermaid defend. Nah, we won't be able to deal with the giants in 2 turns that way. So may have to go archery. Yeah, I think we got to pick up archery just as a pivotal tech for now. Get ourselves a mermaid here. And at this moment, we're just trying to buy ourselves a little bit more time.
Yeah, Dante is asking, can the Aquarion catapult go in water?
Absolutely. That is an excellent question. So the catapult is not a catapult. We are no longer flinging cats. We're flinging water with the aquapult. So it still has all the same stats, but it has the float ability now.
Yep.
No, that is an excellent question. So like an aquapult, basically aquapults are your new bombers for...
Without a splash, yeah.
Yeah, without the splash. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves a monument. We're going to get an atoll here. Network monument is complete. And fortunately, we have this cloud tile here. I would love to explore, but it's not a good idea. We're just going to get a workshop. Actually, we don't really need to explore. We have, we've won this vision. So we can actually just continue to move around like so. Now, one thing to note, he has riders, meaning there's a good chance they are about to get roads.
Yeah, so maybe one thing about the Aquarion or mermaid archers now. So before the rework, Aquarion archers worked the same way as the other tribe archers, but now like there are no roads, so the disadvantage that Aquarion has is that the archers, regardless of of the tech you pick, they'll be able to move the more than one tile. So yeah, because with the other tribes, it's like if you get the roads, it's the archers are like get like a huge advantage, right?
Mm-hmm. That's correct. We're actually forcing our opponent into a more defensive position. I was afraid he was going to move his giants forward. All he had to do was move this giant like right here, train a catapult here, start. Yeah, so there's the catapult anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a quite a precarious situation that we're currently in. That even though we barely take damage here, that catapult's going to be a problem.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be fine though. We'll be
Looks like a task for a shark.
That's actually true. That's an excellent excuse for us to rush marine life.
Mm-hmm. Because now it's not protected by any kind of zone of control, so the shark might creep and siege.
Oh man, he's trying to bait me into sieging this city, and it's working. I can't not siege the city. All right, well, we're going to go ahead and do that unit's one and only action. This one's going to go ahead and move back. We're going to make a weird action over here, but I want to capture this city, but I think we're going to need to get some marine life, specifically to get those sharks rolling.
Mm-hmm.
So let's start looking at those sharks. How are they going to perform? Thanks to this crab right here, I think we can get away with a shark on this tile just fine. All right, what tech are we going to get? Psych! It's an Aquarion city!
Okay, I thought this time it will be too close to the land to get a city.
Yeah, in this case, it's still in the water. So it's now a flooded city.
Mm-hmm.
And it's far enough away from all the other villages.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I think my primary goal is I'm trying to just slow down our opponent from sieging us. So I'm going to make the aggressive play. We're just going to siege just to buy ourselves a little extra time. And kind of want to move here just to get that for the yellow bellies. Doesn't quite work out the way I would want it to, though. Yeah, we can't afford yellow bellies, so...
Greetings from Bikini Bro.
Hey! I'm surprised how little training... Yeah. We're going to go ahead and continue to move these units in as much of a defensive way as I can. That should do it. Does the link still work? No. I don't want to be moving this crab. We do actually need to just attack, and then we'll pass the turn.
Mm-hmm. Okay, one hit. Okay, yeah.
So in this case, like, yeah, I sacrificed the crab. It's going to be fine. We're really delaying our opponent's economy of 6 stars right there.
Mm-hmm.
As well as preventing them from being aggressive towards us. So that's a multi-purpose play right there. That does what we want to do, allowing us to circle around and beat them to these races all the way over here.
Yeah, and the shark can attack the catapult.
Oh, yeah. Well, it can't, because creep it's not affected by rough terrain.
Okay, no, it can't. Yeah. Unless you kill this warrior.
We've also got the giant right over here, but that is the goal. We're gonna go ahead and attack here. Bop bop. Move it over to here and secure the kill. Bop bop. Secure this kill. We're gonna move this one on back. Move you over here. Get that attack in. And this one's a little bit tricky. I put myself in a not so
Yeah,
good.
I think this question is to you. What's your favorite tribe, Toby?
Quetzali.
Okay. Yeah.
Praise be the bird gods. Ooh, we really.
Yeah, but he's pretty much cut off from like 3/4 of the map, so I don't think it's going right way for Luxor.
Nah, unfortunately, it's definitely not. Really just need. So if I do this, then this is forced to go explore into here. Fruit, fish. If we explore, we'll get that last monument. Please.
Ooh.
Please.
Are we?
Okay.
Yeah.
Time for a crab. Explore monuments complete.
Yeah, they're only on 3 cities, so it's looking very bad.
Yeah, it's there's been fairer spawns. Now, technically, this would have been a fair map. The issue is we're Aquarion, so we got to skip all the extra rough time of how do we get on the water, and we just said, well, guess what? I'm a fish person. I'm just gonna get on the water anyways.
Yeah, they were very unlucky because the year capital is also inland, so there was no option for them to go sailing easily. That's why you were you had like almost uninterrupted expansion.
Yeah, plus these mountains here. It's really rough for Luxador to expand and claim.
Very, very uneven spawn, yeah. Maybe next game could be Aquarion against Aquarion, because then we'll see more action.
A mirror match? Sure. Yeah, we could definitely do that. The last couple things are, doing the safer play and moving the catapult back. But that means that this city is no longer really allowed to be sieged.
Okay, no, more catapults.
Yep, more catapults. Interesting thing, though, is we can actually start trying to move forward with our units. My new goal is...
Yeah, so here you have the option to flood the land.
I do. That's what I was just looking at, and it's a pretty good option.
Because it's not only in your borders, you can flood the neutral terrain, right? And you can flood your opponent's terrain. So it's not like with roads that you can place them only in the neutral and on your terrain. It's everywhere. Because otherwise, it will be impossible, almost impossible for Aquarion to reach those inland cities, like the capital here.
Yep.
For example.
Yeah, so we went ahead and we flooded this tile. Also notice, even though this was Luxador land, this is now a flooded city. So they'll automatically flood their cities, sort of the same way that a lot of your tiles will automatically get those little bonuses.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go ahead and just apply even more pressure to our opponent. And then we're going to do so again by, we're going to build the Grand Bazaar, population boost, and the Eye of God. Get ourselves a super unit. That went the wrong way. It was supposed to go over here, but not the other way. That's a shame.
Yeah.
And my current goal is I want Mermaid Defenders specifically to just move around, annoy the opponents, and start flooding all the tiles. So my better units, such as a shark, can start actually applying pressure to their cities.
But as I can see, if you claim a village that is with your opponent's terrain, it doesn't flood automatically. So it's not like with Polaris that it freezes everything.
That is correct.
You have to manually flood everything.
Oh yeah. So in order to connect all these cities to the capital, we're gonna have to need atolls, which we gotta flood those tiles. So it does take quite a bit of time to progress. We're just training another shark back here, and we'll pass the turn.
Yeah. So then R2C2 says time to burst out tridents.
Time to burst out trident. I don't think we even need tridents in this game.
Yeah, I think so too.
Pretty certain people want to see units such as the Yelly Bellies.
Yeah, that's why I suggested an Aquarion mirror. Because with, at least on this map, it's like they are not necessary, actually.
Yep. We're going to spend this turn getting navigation, so we have access to those Yelly Bellies. Pick up all those stars. And then again, we're just moving in a way so we can start flooding all of these tiles. If we put the shark here, we'll be able to kill that catapult next turn. Need you to heal. Fortunately, they did the right thing and prevented us from actually spreading the sea. So we can train a Yelly Belly here, and immediately deals damage to the giant. And now if the giant wants to move, it's going to take damages.
Yep.
We also move you right over there.
Catapults in range, yeah.
Train amphibian, so that way we don't get an explorer with this ruin. But we're just going to try to use this to show how to siege onto land, and it is a slow method. Now, as mentioned by Dan R2C2, the correct thing to do in this case would be tridents, attack, and then attack on the sea. But we're gonna try to brute force it with some defenders, because every single tile that we flood makes it to where our Yelly Bellies, our sharks can start attacking one range further, as well as our tridents actually have better maneuverability. Killer Monuments is complete. So that is one thing I'm going to be trying to use these crabs for, is to actually start going onto the tiles and flooding them. Earlier I was trying to distract these catapults, but now we're going to be trying to start flooding tiles. These crabs are excellent.
Yeah, I see some swordsmen.
Yeah, those swordsmen are going to be pretty good at holding a defensive line.
Ah, okay. So during our intro, I forgot about the swordsman mermaids. Yeah, sword maids.
We're going to go here. Bop-a-da-bop. Move you there. Go here. Bop-a-da-bop. Go here. Secure the kill.
Yeah, so this game is not going to last long. So if someone is interested in playing an Aquarion Mirror after this game, if you have the beta, just tell us, and Toby will add you as a friend, and you'll be able to play on Steam on stream.
Alrighty, we're going to continue to kind of just move. We're going to train Yellow Bellies here, continue to train Defenders here. Defender. I'm just going to get that economy up and rolling here. Try to help speed things up.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we'll probably just make our way over to Spearing just so we can siege over there. But yeah, that this will just about be doing it for us here in just a moment. We just move there.
Mm-hmm.
We'll save the rest of our resources. No reason to spend everything on units that can't do much.
Yeah, so a comment from one of the viewers on YouTube: I hate catapults and I love them at the same time.
Catapults are the worst units. When my opponents use them, I hate it.
Yeah, it depends when I get the catapults. Yeah,
they're only good when I use them. Look at that. The Yellow Bellies preemptive damage going through and bring this rider down to 4 HP.
Yeah.
Guess we need to, since this game is coming to a close, need to figure out how we're doing the giveaway. I don't know if there's any commands available on the software we're using. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and flood. We're just gonna keep moving these forward. Yelly Belly now has a direct path straight to this city over here. Yelly Belly now has a direct path to this city over here. Oh boy.
Yeah, and a small thing that I noticed just when you made the move, so all the, I think, naval units, meaning sharks, Yelly Bellies, and yeah, that's it. So they can't move on the mountains, right?
Yeah, they're not going to be able to move on the mountains. That's really tall land.
Because a crab can, but those other two, I don't think so.
Let's see. I need to wait one more turn on being able to get those tridents, but we could probably just push in with this force we have, using defenders to spread the water. Let's see. On your end, what is it being streamed on, Twitch or YouTube?
Say that again.
What is the stream being streamed on your end, Twitch or YouTube?
YouTube.
YouTube? Alrighty.
Yeah.
We're currently looking. We still have some keys to be giving out. We're trying to look into how to get that taken care of.
Yeah, we have three Aquarion keys. So if this tribe is missing on your list, we'll be doing a giveaway, so you can also try the beta.
Let's see. As much as I'd like to, we're gonna put the crab there. We're gonna go ahead and put the shark into the city right over there. Alrighty, we're gonna go ahead and start flooding these tiles really fast, so that way this city can get connected.
Yeah, so based on my experience with the bots, this last phase when your opponent is kind of, you know, on the back foot, and it's like you can already tell that they are losing because they lost the battle for water. But like reaching those cities, it's like it takes significant amount of time.
Yeah,
They have the right tech. So, for example, if they have swordsmen and catapults, it's like, you know, it will be a very, very slow.
Yeah, it's a lot slower to be pushing onto land. So it's mixed feelings on that.
Yeah, so somebody is suggesting, I don't think it's a good idea for Aquarion, them being a water tribe, to get some air units.
Alrighty, so Yelly Belly. We're going to flood yet another tile. Oh, that was misplayed. I did not want to put that there. Oh well. 'Tis but a shame. We'll flood another tile because I felt like it. How? Yeah, that was a mistake. We'll just leave that defender there just to be annoying, I guess. We will still spam. Actually, I'm going to put a defender there. Yelly Belly there. You go there. No real text for us to pick. Nothing for us to really pick up tech-wise or economy-wise. So I guess, yeah, we're just gonna end the turn with our shark just waiting menacingly. Another option is hear me out.
Yeah.
Just get cloaks and hit the capital, but
yeah.
Look at that. The writer is now dead. So the writer died just moving to defend its own city.
Yep.
and then tried moving out of the way. So this Yelly Belly now has a kill.
Yeah, so there's a comment from Dan. So maybe Aquarion should flood all surrounding tiles instead of just one to speed up their land development.
Possibly. So yeah, being able to flood all the tiles, it would feel the same as Polaris, but then you would need to be able to counteract the same way, and then you would just have these. I mean, it'd be faster tug of wars, which would be pretty nice. But don't forget that the water is the stronger location to be having all of your fights and engagements on.
Mm-hmm.
Where rammers, bombers, just imagine, even though they're unofficial, but just imagine one of your team games that happens all the time on Polychamps. As with an Aquarion ally, where the strategy is, okay, we all gonna slowly flood the entire sea.
Mm-hmm.
It's an interesting strategy, yeah, but where do you think you're going? Where'd you get up there? I was not paying attention. Oh, we gotta train a Tridentin back there. We're gonna go and continue to flood these tiles. Again, we're just trying, at this point, we're now gonna try to end this as fast as we can using these methods. But even now, like, okay, this shark's kind of just sitting here, so that's an unfortunate thing. And we're forced to either wait for mermaids or tridents. If the tridents end up getting onto the land, the battle's already won. That's why I'm working with defenders instead, as I feel that's a little safer to push onto the land that way, because no one wants to attack defenders.
Seb is not giving up.
He's not giving up, but also Seb is being nice and allowing us to see, like, how long would it realistically take in order to close out one of these games.
Yeah,
that's one of the benefits of. That's not the unit I wanted to click. We're going to move you right there. Yelly belly. Look at that. And we could now build an atoll here. We'll put it here so that way when we take the capital, we connect everything. You can go there. You can flood here. And we're still unable to attack with this shark. I guess we could go ahead and hit here, and that's some good damage. I'm gonna train sharks there.
Yeah, so this flooding is kind of painful, but once you do it, it's the flooded tiles actually act as roads, because obviously not for warriors or for archers, but the sharks can move 3 tiles, so they're like very long range, right? Like knights.
Oh yeah, very much so. A lot of these units have excellent mobility thanks to the water. So once that happens, the opponent's in trouble. In fact, I'm pretty certain any roads that get built are actually destroyed, because I don't think roads are allowed to exist on flooded tiles.
No, that's a fair question. I don't know the answer, actually.
Hey, Seb, I know we try to avoid stream sniping, but this trident over here, could you avoid? Is there a road? here? There's not. Could you avoid killing this trident so I can see if roads are disappear or not? Thank you very much. Thanks for stream sniping and. Look at that warrior. The warrior nearly kills itself just trying to kill a unit.
Yeah.
Dang it. He's an honorable player. The worst kind.
Yeah. Honest guy. Yeah.
Nah, Seb's amazing. A lot of the people that watch my channel are good with not wanting to snipe at the same time.
Yeah, if you are interested in Polytopia and would like to see more of those streams, Toby is streaming every Sunday. We are not that regular, but he's almost every Sunday and doing a lot of amazing streams. Not only Aquarion. So yeah, the link to his channel is in the description. So I very much recommend checking his channel, subscribing and liking.
Look at this. So this yellow belly, it's going to make it very difficult now for our opponent to do anything with the city, just because this yellow belly's positioning.
Yeah.
We can in fact train yellow bellies here just to further protect our investments. We can't go onto the mountain though, so we're just gonna do this the slow and steady way. And then we could do the traditional Aquarion style and just siege right after. All right. My bigger goal is I really want to check about those roads. Oh, we could build an atoll here. Oh, no, I'm just going to build it here. And you go here just to fix my CDO with another city.
Yeah.
At this point, we can now use these to support rather than. We'll build sharks. We want to see sharks. We're going to train some sharks here.
What's up?
He's building roads down here for me to experiment with,
Okay.
so that way he can continue to defend his border.
Bless his heart. Yeah. Seb, like, you know.
I appreciate you, Seb.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and move that there. Move this defender here.
Yeah, so as you see, we are exploring every single detail, so then you know how to play Aquarion and also how to like explore some new ways to counter other tribes. So not only by dominating them the usual way, but even with those like tiny details, or like roads that might be broken, and then your opponent would lose connection with your cities and lose SARS.
Have you found out how Polaris Freeze interacts with flooded terrain? So it'll basically, the freeze will turn it into snow, as far as I'm aware, like it would normally. Alrighty, so this field no longer has a road on. Interesting. Is this a visual bug or?
Yeah, it disappeared.
Tell you what, here's what I'm gonna do. We're gonna.
Yeah, go ahead, Renzo.
Yeah, we're
with your
gonna...
questions, because you wanted to ask some. And how is the unit movement of tiles with roads affected by flooding? Is the road destroyed? So apparently it is, because Seb built the road and then Toby flooded it and the road disappeared. So I guess flooding destroys the road. So then you have to build up the terrain and then build another road, which is a big pain.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go and capture here. But Seb, if you could on this tile here, the one that I had just destroyed, go ahead and destroy that. I got my units moved away to make it easier.
Yeah, so Casper is asking, does the road come back if it is refilled? I don't think so. So obviously we don't know. We haven't had this kind of situation here, but I don't think that the road is coming back, like, miraculously.
Yeah, I would assume it doesn't come back, but I don't know how it's saved in the system. We have a visual bug where never mind. The road here now no longer has the connection, so perhaps it's gone for good.
That's a fair question. Can ports be built on flooded tiles?
I believe so, because it still technically counts as water. I haven't tested that myself yet.
Yeah, I assume that naval units cannot unflood the tiles.
And these resigns. Okay, we'll figure it out next time.
Yeah, so I think in this with this match, it's like not much to discuss because you Seb had a very bad spawn.
Yeah.
So I think we'll go to the next game. So if he's happy to play with you, Mirror, then let's do it.
Yep.
Because I don't see anyone from the chat interested in playing.
Alrighty, so we're gonna go ahead and create a new game.
Do units on flooded tiles get the water defense bonus? So I mean, do you mean from Aquatism, or do you think Lorenzo is referring to Aquatism, or?
Yeah, so he's referring to Aquatism in that case. Flooded does not work for Aquatism. Aquatism specifically in the tech only shows for the coastal and the ocean tiles.
Okay.
So Seb just let me know that they are able to do a mirror match. So I'm going to go ahead and give them that link really fast. So that way they can join. In the meantime, do we have the details figured out for the giveaway? I looked up a quick link.
Yeah, but it's random people. It's like,
So we'll need to figure out a little phrase so that way we can use the comment picker.
And I think it says here YouTube videos, not streams. So this is something new for me.
Yeah, that's gonna go ahead and get started into this one. So we get the privilege of going first. Aquarion, for those who are wanting the slight competitive edge, Aquarion still starts off with 415 points now.
So Megu is up for the next game, if we have time.
Yeah, no, that'll be perfectly fine. We're gonna go ahead and follow the animals.
So Megu, we could do Aquarion against some other tribe match, so we can maybe your spawn will be better than Seb's, and we'll see some naval So Aquarion against bombers and rammers, because we haven't we did not see that in the first game.
Yeah.
So how do you like your spawn?
No, I'm not liking it actually. We got resources all over the place. Nothing is consistent. I think I would need to go a similar path of fruit into fishing from the looks of it. Yeah, because we got a whole bunch of organization. That was a gamble I was taking there, so that was not even guaranteed.
Okay, let's change the music to your favorites.
Woo!
Yeah.
Praise be the bird gods. We're gonna go ahead and train. Capture, pass the turn. So with this start, I'm just gonna be spreading out in as many different directions as I can and going to pick up this lighthouse with this warrior. That is on land, so that is not going to be the sunken city. It's also too close to this city right over here. We're gonna just pass the turn.
So a long question from Renzo. How would you compare navies faring against Aquarion? What are dominant maps from pre-work to now? Because I felt pre-work they would destroy navies easily with Tridentians, and now with the new units.
It's probably going to be something similar, because Tridents haven't really been modified in any major way. Where the Tridents are going to give you the military advantage wherever where you need it on the water, as they can move 2, then have a range of 2, so they have an effective range of 4. But now you have sharks that can fight pretty well. Yeah, I'm gonna sacrifice this mermaid for these ruins.
A lot of farms.
A lot of farms. We picked up the farming tech just so that way you do that. The smarter play, by the way, have been saving this just in case I need to pivot to something else, but I'm afraid I'd get distracted, so I went ahead and picked it up now. We're going to go ahead and move down here. Go and move down here. Farm here.
Yeah, so Megu says, I definitely felt that Aquarion pre-rework was very strong on water maps with tridents behind rammers and bombers.
Oh, yeah. Why would I not go construction here?
You got stars from the ruin.
Right. I got stars from the ruin. I'm just looking at this going like, there's no reason for me not to pick up. We gotta explore here. Oh, that's not what I wanted to have happen. Oh, but it happened anyways. Oof.
You at least got something.
Oh yeah, that's still pretty darn good. I'll take it. And that's all we could do. Pass the turn. Hey, we actually got a sunken city here.
Yep.
Ooh, it's gonna be rough without waterways though, but for the atolls, this is just such a good position for a windmill.
So another comment from Lorenzo. So in other words, you believe Aquarion will now steamroll anyone in naval battles with non-Aquarion tribes? I'm not sure about that.
I'm not sure about that. Mostly because of rammers versus sharks. Rammers, late game rammers have more health. We're gonna go ahead and get ourselves a farm.
And I think does a Yelly Belly die? from Scout and Rammer. Would it die?
How to do math in my head. Yep, does Yellow Bellies die to Scout and a Rammer? Yellow Bellies have 15 health and 3 defense, so the answer is actually no. They would need at least 1 more hit.
Okay. Yeah, so maybe they will be adjusted. So this is a beta, so anything can change. So probably the units won't disappear. So Yellow Bellies and Sharks will most probably stay, but their statistics can be adjusted. That's for sure. We still have over a month of testing until the update is released, probably in a month and a half. So there'll be probably some more changes along the way. Yeah, so there is a comment from YouTube. I don't think Aquarion could beat Kiku. We can try that.
Are we talking like Auto World or just in general? Like,
I don't know. It's so probably it's not specified. So, but I guess on water maps.
Because I would actually argue that they would still beat Kiku. Kiku would have the superior early game economy, but. All right, well, let's go ahead and we're gonna move here. We're gonna mermaid farm, population, farm.
Yeah, your economy is looking good.
It's okay.
Yeah, so Lorenzo likes the changes, flooding and Yellow Bellies, and they are adding nice depth to the game. Yes, literally and figuratively, yes.
We gotta go with an explorer. I just need the vision. It wiggled in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. Park Fortune goes here. Else we lose the city, so we have to build city walls.
Mm-hmm.
And who has moved?
Because there are 2 amphibians in.
I mean, I guess I could move this warrior to this tile here, but
yeah, but still, it's it's safer now. It's
much safer.
Highly unlikely that he is going to siege.
Bop.
Yeah, so I follow up comments. Kiko has a higher fish spawn rates, right?
Yes.
So I guess this is the so we are talking about economy. So our viewer probably thinks that Kiko would win economically with Aquarion.
No, that one's mine. We'll go ahead and bob it bop. Train a mermaid. We're gonna train a mermaid. That's true. I could totally build a windmill there. not worth it yet. Build a
So
windmill.
you can build windmills on water tiles?
Yes, Aquarion
Oh,
now
okay.
can build all of their buildings on water
Okay.
tiles.
Yeah, that's true. And actually, one more thing, they can also build on this deep water tiles as well.
That's correct.
From what I remember from the Polychamps video.
Yep. Mostly because of the sunken cities that they can pick up. So that way they can actually be supported.
Yeah, so our Kiku fan says Kiku would win the economy game really quickly.
Oh yeah, that's a dead giveaway.
So now you are on 5 cities against 4.
Yeah, but right now they have the superior mobility thanks to these amphibians. This is 2 lighthouses that got robbed.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh well.
What about the crab? Are you going for the city or?
Oh no, we're taking that ruin.
Get the ruin. Okay.
Gotta get that ruin.
Okay. They have their fifth city.
Yeah. What's in the ruins? Ooh, a sword's made. We're just trying to win these trades. Fishing. Ooh. Interesting. They've piqued my interest. What I can do... We're going to go for a superior economy. We're going to build a windmill here. Fertilize and farm. Population growth. Time for a crab! What the heck is this game? Since when is since when's construction the game? All right, but oh, I didn't realize this though. Apparently, all of the Aquarion units have their icons updated to have these little water symbols below them. Show that.
Could you actually explain those symbols?
So these symbols in the top right corner, right above every unit, it actually explains what kind of unit that one is. So for this icon with the block with the 2 eyes shows it's a warrior, but in this case, since it's got waves, it's able to transverse over water. These icons are also very important in informing if a unit's moved or not, because this one, notice, has a white circle around it. The moment that this amphibian moves, it'll turn similar to this one where there's no white circle around it. So that's a way for you to know if a unit has actions.
Yeah, especially with those units that can move after attacking. Because with warriors, you usually know if you moved or not.
Time for crab.
Renzo is asking, could you please talk about fertilize Aquarion exclusive rights? Could you? I could see Illyrian getting fertilized as well, since they cannot burn forests.
That actually is a very good point. Unfortunately, I'm not a developer, but I'm sure Vigiwan is watching one way at some point or another. But yeah, the fact to just add crops to a selected tile, so that way you're able to grow crops there. Yeah, it's actually a lot more efficient because you no longer have to go from a blank tile, then pick up spiritualism, grow forest, construction, burn forest, and then turn it into a farmland. you just fertilize it. So you're missing an entire section of the skill tree, and it's a really big deal, actually.
How is it star-wise? Because it's one with like Grow Forest, it's 5, right? And then Burn Forest is 5, and then Farm is 5, so it's 15 altogether. And how much is Fertilize?
Fertilize is just 5.
Okay.
It's just 5 stars.
That's a big win, yeah.
I mean, it's turn 12. We only have 20 stars per turn, but like we've already got two crabs. It's not terrible.
And Fertilize, which branch is it? Renzo is asking.
Fertilized, you can't see it because I picked up the tech, but when I click it, you'll be able to see it's in the construction technology. So it's a tier 3 tech.
So farms and yeah.
But it complements the windmills very well.
Yeah.
Ooh, so our opponent, because they have the riding tech, is now going with waterways for tolls to try to help improve their economy.
Yep. I don't see any crabs on their side, right?
Yeah, they don't have a single crab yet, unfortunately.
And they are giving this city away.
Go ahead and grab a mermaid. Shark. So we're just going to spend a turn producing strong units. And yeah. So the sharks are nice. You'll be able to see that this shark is going to hold its own. Unfortunately, he would need a third unit, which he has a city here. So he actually may have another unit. Another rider? So you would need 3 units in order to kill off this shark.
Yeah.
It's a very expensive. It's a very expensive defender there. But it has 3 movement, so I would take that. Illyrian with fertilize would be amazing. Doubt they would add that. Yeah, that's very much the case. Where I think they're trying to focus more Illyrian to be with forestry and about trees, and spamming with sanctuaries, and then getting a whole bunch of polytars. Oh, so there you go. This crab is gray.
Yep.
It's so sad. Oh, now I want to see a blue crab.
Like I said.
Oh man, now we're gonna need that that mandatory Reddit post of, okay, here's the crab of every color.
Yeah, but why is it gray?
This one's gray.
Yeah, sad crab.
It's a sad crab. Okay. I guess I'll go and do that. We're gonna pick up climbing. Shark.
Yeah, this will be really difficult for Seb to defend.
Yeah, about that. This one is going to be definitely really tricky to defend. 1, 2, 3. So if we train a shark here and a shark, never mind. I didn't want to train a shark there anyways. Do I have any other monuments? No, I don't. That's fine. It's okay. These sharks are really going to start paying for themselves soon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Renzo is asking about the lore and sharks and jelly bellies. Do you know anything?
Unfortunately, so if there was lore, if they would have put it in the beta. Unfortunately, it's all about statistics. So for now, just make up your own lore, and heck, maybe Midgeon may be inspired by it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe when Aquarion is released as an update, the rework, then they will add some lore. But for now, it's a mystery. So both options, their own volition and mind control.
Oh man, I need to pick up aquaculture in preparations for this siege happening next turn. Killer body beds is complete.
And what do you think, Renzo?
Altar of Peace. I could probably do that. Fruit. As much as I would like the workshop, we're gonna get an explorer for
Vision. Mm-hmm.
Vision. I guess I really didn't need it because I can't get this, so.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. Harvest fruit. We'll get those resources. Shark. Oh, I should have been saving my resources to do a push. I guess I can. I just won't be able to. He's got a shark. Where do you build that? Oh man, there's the siege.
So Renzo says, I think like Aquaman, since animals aren't political like Illyrian, sometimes I feel they are forcing the animals to fight with them. Makes me sad. Hope I'm wrong. Yeah.
I'd like to assume that they're making friends with them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't see chains on this shark. I don't see scars. I don't see anything bad. Heck, and remember, we no longer have navalons. We no longer have whales. We don't hunt whales. We're friends with animals. These are probably magically enhanced sharks that are your best friends, and will eat your opponents alive. So I could do a crab. I was hoping to expand these borders and then get multiple crabs here, but I don't think I have the luxury of doing that anymore.
Mm-hmm. Is there a place where you can read more about the Polytopia lore? Can you recommend some resources?
We actually really need to improve the wiki. Right now we use fandom, but unfortunately fandom's kind of spam intensive, but all the lore can be found there. You can also happen to find a lot of lore and discuss a lot of the lore on the Polytopia Discord.
Mm-hmm.
I can make your life harder and say link in the description below.
Yeah, the links are in the description. So go ahead then.
There you go. So links in the description below. But yeah, you can find out more about the Polytopia lore there.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't want to, but I kind of have to. Yeah, Gate of Power, and then so we could farm, windmill, and Gate of Power. Population. Super unit. And I want to hold this siege, so we're just going to attack here. Threaten this city here. Oof, we got a...
Yeah,
What?
so there was a further discussion. So Megu says still hunt the turtles for food though. And yeah, Harry Polo says they gotta feed the sharks somehow, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
so that's so there's no easy way to
They feed the sharks with friendship.
yeah.
No. Nah, it's probably more of a realistic tribes, yeah, so where, they gotta feed them somehow. I mean, there's the lore that the starfish give stars because they like having their scales scratched off, and it actually feels good. It's like a massage for them.
Okay. That. Okay.
So that's basically the eco-friendly of like, no, they're not killing the starfish. They're giving them essentially, they're essentially peeling off their or shedding their skin. At this point, I think I can start spamming Yelly Bellies. The combat triangle seems to be spearing Yelly Bellies because these sharks are to kill the Tridentians. Tridentians kill Yelly Bellies, and Yelly Bellies kill off these sharks because the sharks have too low health. Fish are friends and food, but turtles are game. But turtles are game, though. Oh, that's an unfortunate truth. Maybe. Oh shoot! When did that crab get there?
Stealth.
It's
so great. They are great.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and pick up navigation. Collect these stars. Oh man, our opponents are actually picking up text where I'm sitting here going like, ooh, I can do this. How do we want to proceed with this? I kind of want to... Oof. I think it's real tricky. I really don't want to trade 8 stars for 2. It's not a good trade. We'll just train a Yellow Belly here.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll move this shark here to pick up those stars next turn. We'll train a mermaid here to get those stars. We'll train a defensive mermaid, just so that way our city doesn't get sniped. And bop-a-da-bop. Wait, crabs. Right, they have 5 defense, 4 attack. That was a. I forgot. I thought it was 4/4. I was like, oh, I gotta make the trade.
No.
Oh, that's a mistake. Yeah. That hasn't changed though. So crabs, crabs have more deep. This is how long I haven't played Aquarion for, but I am having so much fun playing.
They are very tanked now. Yeah.
I will probably be playing Aquarion for a bit. Oh man, they're making me have to do more stuff again. Fine. Oh right, man! I'm also having to get used to crabs have 2 movement.
Yep.
Oh man, just misplays galore. Yeah, we'll be fine. It's okay. I'll make this work. Apparently needed.
Yeah, because before I think you got confused because I think before crabs had 2 movement on water, but just 1 on land tiles, and now the land tiles are actually water. So
yep,
they get 2.
Very much needed change, but yeah, it's definitely a little confusing. It's fine. It's fine. It's definitely fine.
Okay.
Fine.
Do you really want that seed?
We're gonna have to. How are we doing this? Math-wise, 1, 2, 1, 2. I would need to either pick up both mining and hunting, but I don't have enough stars for that.
Oh, okay, so the crab blocked the farm.
Oh yeah, that too.
That was the play.
That was a good play by our opponent. It's fine. It's only a territory right next to my capital. Don't worry about it. I will put this here. I like the aggressive plays. Oh, right. Can't move on to... Man, there's so many things not lining up for me right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's fine. Yelly Belly. Ooh, you know what? So I'm just going to sacrifice that city. Sacrifices must be made. Yelly Belly, do the damages. And yeah, we're just going to go ahead and take this city. I can windmill here. You know what? We're going to just Yelly Belly them to death. Why not? Should be fun. Yelly Belly.
So Renzo has a suggestion. Shark visual. If Shark visual got updated to have a hammerhead appearance, it would look so sick and fitting since it takes the role of the rammer. Yeah, I think that the hammer sharks would look very cool.
That is an excellent idea.
Yeah.
Man. All right, I gotta pass my turn. I don't want to spend too long on my turns. We mostly are taking our time for allowing us to explore stuff, but I don't need to spend 5 minutes to go, huh, this is bad. Oh man, huh, this is bad. He chose not to take it. I think that was a misplay.
Yeah, I think so too. He's not getting this city.
Yeah, he's not
getting in your capital. Yeah.
I think I can actually siege their capital this turn too, thanks to the Yellow Belly. The main thing I'm scared of right now are tridents. But as long as I have a steady flow of sharks to support my Yellow Bellies, we'll be fine.
Yeah, they have just one city where they can produce tridents without them being hit immediately by you. So, yeah, I don't think tridents are a good play.
All right, so now if this mermaid moves anywhere, it dies.
Yeah, checkmate.
Checkmate. Sure, why not?
Okay, smart play.
Yelly Bellies, we're just gonna spam them everywhere. I could resources. I can actually improve my economy or something like that. That's smart. No, we're doing
army
sharks here in the back again. Yelly Belly. Yelly Belly. We gotta chase down these two crabs with our Yellow Bellies. Just curious on how they. I'm so sorry. No.
No, poor crabs, they will die.
Yeah, he might take the capital though at this rate, but It's gonna have a way to prevent that from happening. Oh no, he killed the Yelly Belly. There's just a minor visual glitch right now. There's tentacles still on this tile. Looks really cool though.
Remains of your Yelly Belly.
Alrighty, so Yelly Belly. Time for this Yelly Belly spam. Start moving everything around. In fact, we can just train a unit here. Hit him with the Yelly Bellies. More Yellow Bellies. Don't get me wrong, I'm having fun with these Yellow Bellies and just moving units around to secure kills. Oh shoot, we're gonna lose the city back here. Never mind, we're good. But having a unit deal damage just by moving, I mean, the rule of cool. I am having a blast. I think these units are very fun to use. I'm a little worried about being on the receiving end in dealing with them because you're gonna have to use ranged units. A knight is not going to be able to chain down a group of Yelly Bellies. You're no longer going to be able to achieve a full 144 knight chain. Oh man. This feels very oppressive. If a unit can be trained, it can be spammed.
How many hit points does this crab have? The one is sieging your capital? 16?
Oh, it's only 16. No, these Yelly Bellies are just wiggle around and kill it.
Ah, so the other one is also alive, so he's going for the lighthouse, right?
Oh shoot, what's more important, my capital or the lighthouse? Probably the lighthouse, right?
No. It's going to die anyway. Better to grab that lighthouse.
All right, you get to move here, you get to move here, you move here, you move here. And then we move here. There we go, we now have Yellow Belly standing right outside the capital. Oh, I should have moved instead of attacking. These units are these Yelly Bellies are very scary. Again, they feel great to use, but I'm just a little worried about what to do against them. You can start moving forward. You can start moving forward. Aw, shoot, it's being able to get the lighthouse just in time. It's gonna have 4 health remaining. Yelly Bellies. I'm just gonna trade more. Okay, that's it. So the unit just got pushed and it took damage.
Uh-huh.
So this defender got trained, and then it got pushed because of the crab push, and then it took damage to the Yelly Belly.
Uh-huh. Okay, I thought you were able to push Yellow Belly.
I haven't been able to push the Yellow Belly into an enemy range yet.
Mm-hmm.
Getting there, but at this point the game's getting to its oppressive end, where I am.
Yes, so Renzo commented maybe for balancing the tentacles can only harm units on water and flooded tiles. The Yelly Bellies hurt coastal units on land. Correct? Yeah, they do. So Yelly Bellies can't move on the land tiles, but if the unit is on the coast, they will inflict damage for sure.
We're just gonna keep surrounding the enemy with Yelly Bellies until everything dies. That's that looks like a valid strat because they can't move. You know what? Better yet, I have a new strategy. Oh no! So there's one strategy for our opponent to counter our strategy, and that's not to move a single unit. As long as they don't move, they'll be fine. Oh no! Okay, the spawn crab didn't damage. Yeah, units that are spawned in cities don't take damage. That'd probably be a little too impressive, but if a unit gets pushed, then they're going to take damage. Oh no, this defender is getting kills. I don't know how. Mermaid defender, my bad. Sorry.
Yeah. All mermaids from now on.
All of them are mermaids.
Yep.
Alrighty, new strategy. We're gonna punish lack of moving units. Here, we'll train some sirens. They'll also heal up the Yelly Bellies.
Yep.
Oh, there's a crab here. Why is it so hard to see these? I swear I'm not colorblind. He currently has a tile he can move units away on. I must fix this issue. So I guess that's a bigger question. What's your counter to? What would be a good counter to Yelly Bellies? Because one of the original units that were just the strongest in every situation are knights. But knights can't properly night chain Yellow Bellies. Oops, I could have sieged. There we go. Siege with the Yellow Belly.
Yep. I think only a combination of rammers and bombers. Maybe Yelly Bellies should be nerfed to, like, you know, one tile movement, so then that they don't. do that much damage.
Maybe. I feel like they would be too slow, and I mean, I guess they could be treated like the defenders of water.
Mm-hmm.
That's technically what juggernauts are supposed to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
With archers and scouts being soft counters, yeah, they're soft counters, but you're still going to need 4 of each in order to kill one Yelly Belly.
Mm-hmm.
No sound effects for the siren going. Oh!
Yeah. So Renzo is suggesting removing the salt from the water, so the water isn't conductive. Very specific. Yeah. So with this game, I think we can do a little bit of analysis because.
Yeah. Let's go for it.
Yeah, I think this game was much more even.
Alrighty, let me get this saved as I always do.
Mm-hmm.
And Aquarion here. Small. This one was. I'm pretty certain this was also a small lake. So this one's versus Seb.
Yep.
So there you go. Because I always save all my replays.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, first off, I need to turn off autofocus.
Mm-hmm.
With this start, best way to go is, of course, spread your warriors out. Try to follow any resources. In this case, just this fruit is all our opponent has. So the best idea he's got is just somewhere in the opposite direction.
Mm-hmm.
The other option is maybe head towards the windmill, but there's no real misplay here. But our opponent ends up going with fishing. Seb takes fishing first, which is great because it gives them early access to aquaculture and sharks for early in early game domination. But a single shark is 8 stars, which means you need on average about 3 cities of okay production before you can get a shark, and that takes a whole turn just to train anyway. So
yeah, I think he eventually got them very late.
Yeah, he ended up getting them quite late. Whereas I had a very beautiful city that was screaming, I need to pick up construction.
Mm-hmm.
Our opponent is just looking for his other cities right over here. Probably would have recommended an explorer, but yeah.
Could have he figured out that there is this city in the middle, or based on the resources, or not?
So our opponent didn't have organization at the time, which means he had no vision of any resources.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So unfortunately, no.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
because this could have been like a kind of a game changer for like shift a bit the balance. Because once you got this middle city, it was hard for them to expand and actually have a kind of meaningful connection with the rest of his cities.
Yep. Now our opponent did the right thing, and they went to a whole bunch of workshops. They're picking up writing, so that way they can fight a lot of good fights early on. So this is a smart play actually on their part, trying to make do with what they got. They've got a weak economy, so they need a stronger early game military, and writers are pretty much always the correct answer when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
2 tiles away.
Yeah, thanks, Renzo. So Renzo says that I'm underwater. Yeah.
How fitting.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in this case, it was just really tough for our opponent. This city was probably supposed to be our opponent's. We just walked across the water and picked it up. Again, another benefit of playing as Aquarion is you get to ignore the water. You're the water tribe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because it was just 2 tiles from his capital, but because of the lack of the
lack of resources,
he couldn't see that. So if he went orc, would he have the vision that there's a farmland there?
Yes, he would have had the
okay.
vision.
Yeah. Okay.
That would have probably made a difference in his
Yeah.
decision
So
making.
this was kind of this misplay that gave you the city.
Just about. Yeah. And of course, don't forget, this actually wasn't a village down here. This was a ruins, but because the ruins is on the
Yeah.
water,
Mm-hmm.
you can even see the water tile here still says that there's a water tile here. The image hasn't updated. So that's just a minor little graphical thing that probably hasn't been accounted for, but that's what betas are for.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually a sunken city.
Yeah, so then his weakness was that he had those two cities in the east, but they were kind of divided by this your middle city, so that
Thanks to these city walls, it was our opponent was just always about a couple units short from being able to land a siege. And he would have had to invest his entire military into that.
Yeah. And the city in the west also very vulnerable, even though it was closer than the cities in the east. Still in a quite bad spot.
Yep. So even though he had riders, we picked up sharks and decided to invest in stronger units that took time to build up. But once they did, we got to have quite a bit of a snowball effect.
Yeah.
In this case, there really wasn't much that was just done wrong. It was just a rough game for the opponent. It was 3 cities here, 3 cities here. This one was closer to the opponent, but I just walked there first because I prioritized the center. So really, honestly, this is a pretty balanced map. Well, actually, I take that back. This city here had so much more giant potential.
Yeah, except the farms, yeah.
Yeah, that one, actually, we'll take that statement back and say that actually because of that. That's where the biggest difference came in.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then after that, you're getting to see how well sharks perform against riders, and to see that even though we have these amphibians, sharks are, especially once you have a full naval battle, going to be a more superior unit to be going with. Plus, they get to siege cities, and they don't lose the siege with upon entering a city. So you don't lose the ship; it's still a shark.
Yeah. Yes, that is also a valid point. So could you get in touch with Megu if they are still?
Yeah, actually,
for the game.
I have. Should have. I'm not seeing Megu. Yeah, Megu at least Discord wise is on the line, but I think they can only have things open one at a time. Megu, are you there?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Ready for the game.
Ready for the next game. So we're gonna go ahead and get this one launched. Let's see. We could be crazy and go for dry land and show how. I mean, it's gonna be another slow slog.
No. Let's do some.
Kiku versus Aquarion Waterworld.
Yeah, Megu. What's your pick? Maybe Archipelago.
Like Archipelago.
Yeah.
That's actually a good idea too.
Yeah, let's do small Archipelago.
Right, small Archipelago. I will of course be picking Aquarion. And let's see. I need to delete this. Alrighty. Let's see. I'm trying to also remember. There we go. That's actually Megu right there. As we're going, we could definitely be picking up. What kind of soundtrack are we using this time?
I think I'll go Omagi. I like this one.
Alrighty. So this should be a Kiku versus Aquarion game because someone was mentioning that Kiku would do better. So this will be at least a sneak peek on how they could or couldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
Can't guarantee any results, but we'll do the best we can.
But Kiku is obviously the strongest naval tribe, so this will be a good indicator how the both tribes perform against each other. Yeah, and this will be our last game. So,
all right, sounds good.
Yeah, we already hit the 2.5 hour mark.
Yeah, already.
So
that first game did take a while, but it was a lot of experimenting going on in there. So
yeah, yes, we were exploring, so it was a different game, but
in this case, it is a beta. So also for those who are watching, what you are seeing is prone to change. There's a good chance there will be for all we know, a lot of like half the things that are being shown now could be completely reworked between now and when the tribe is beta is fully complete. I mean, you just saw the last game that Yelly Bellies were very oppressive. So if there's no counter, I doubt Miji One's gonna let that stay.
Yep.
Or maybe some other things will be changed.
Same stories with bombers. So from what I remember, I think once the beta was released for the Path of the Ocean, they could like move and attack, right? I think.
They had more stats. Yeah. They were more expensive, but they also were near impossible to kill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and now they are down to 3 attack, which is still strong, but not as strong, and they have stiff, so you can't move them and attack. So yeah, things have changed for bombers. Yeah, and because of the beta will be running for some time, we'll do probably one more stream in like 2-3 weeks. It'll be like in the middle of the beta testing, and then once the update is released, we'll do one more to actually play around with the changes that were picked, not the ones that they were checked.
So we are going to go ahead and pick up these ruins for ourselves.
So Dimitri says that the bombers never had dash. So I probably got it wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, they had what? They're much more attack, much more defense. Of course, the same amount of health. It's depending on whatever unit you train, but they were too hard to kill because they were originally made with the intention that rammers were supposed to counter bombers, but rammers could never get into the back to actually hit said bombers. Oh, we gotta go this way. We're going to ooh, this one's a little tricky. It's not as straightforward as the previous one was. If I pick up, yeah, we're gonna pick up farming. Get ourselves a farm, get a better economy. And that's good. We'll pass the turn.
Yeah, Renzo is asking what are my favorite tribes to play. Let me think. So I have all the tribes, and I'm usually trying to play all of them. So I'm not like Toby's Quetzali main. I don't have a tribe that I like the most. I have tribes that I'm better playing at, and some that I'm not that good at. So, for example, I think the tribe that I'm struggling the most is Luxador. I don't know. There's something wrong with this tribe. Like I'm usually losing those games. The ones that I'm better at is like Zabasi. I'm not a big fan of Illyrian, though I'm winning many of the games. You can actually see one of my games on the Poly Champions channel where I won against one of my fellow gamers from the team. Yeah, it's a Illyrian mirror. Very nice game with cloaks, and there's like a lot of action. I like Umaji very much. So I would say I tend to be quite aggressive. So all those tribes that like have a very fast expansion, I like them. Not that strong with those also that go into the water. So Kiku is okay sometimes, but I would also, I can also remember matches where I would struggle a lot. So yeah, that's my answer.
I should have been going for sharks. I don't play Archipelago enough.
Yep.
That's a mistake on my part. Sorry for letting y'all down. Mission flailed. We'll get them next time.
Yeah, so if this one is a quick one, we can do one more.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, and Renzo says rammers are definitely the best naval unit pound for pound.
Oh yeah, most certainly.
With the sharks, I would argue a bit, because sharks have those advantages that we pointed out. So it's 8 stars compared to 7 stars per warrior rammer, but once you siege with the same statistics as the shark has. You don't lose the rammer, right? So I think that shark has more bang for a buck.
It's great on expansion for my opponent, but I think that was a misplay.
Mm-hmm.
That allows me to get a little bit of tempo back.
Yeah. So they disembarked they had a scout and they disembarked, right, to get this village.
Yeah.
Yep. This might be a.
I mean, it's not over.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still in the worst position, but amphibians are cheaper to train.
Mm-hmm.
So the moment I can shift over to sharks and basically get my rammer units,
yeah,
these scouts are essentially dead. Never mind, they got rammers.
Ooh.
Yeah, but that rammer's not going to be able to hold that siege.
Yeah. So depending how their economy is, we'll see.
Yeah, it was a very aggressive play, but unfortunately, it's kind of already planning around that. Well, not in that play in particular, but That's why we got units here in the back.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Yeah, they didn't get the lighthouse. I don't think it was a
It's a great
good
exchange. Play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cheers, is we're playing catch up.
Mm-hmm.
I was really hoping there's going to be a village here with these 2 fish I saw. But,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can't win them every time. Go over here. Bop. Bring it on back. Oh, man. Oh, man. We gotta get so far away.
Yeah. Mm-mm.
Fish. That's all. Just for free extra resources. I probably should have built a wall there, but we'll be fine. Amphibian, and pass turn. Bop. Ooh, I could also consider going to archery. I don't think archery is good though, because I could get the animal resources.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, Aquarion archers don't get the movement bonus with atoll. So, oh jeez, yeah, those rammers will be difficult for you to fight.
Oh yeah, but they just spent a whole bunch of resources for all these rammers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the sport is blocked. Ooh, 3.
Really close.
Mm-hmm.
Can't go strategy just yet, because they've got too many dang scouts. Man, I really wish I could just pick up archery. Archers would be really good right now. Your mermaid. Your mermaid. Yeah, there we go. Best we're going to be able to get with that. We'll pass the turn. It is amazing
Okay.
how many units are being popped out with such limited economy our opponent has.
Yeah, I'm surprised that they already have the killer. Didn't like expect that.
We're at 6, but it's just our units are way more fragile than theirs.
Yeah.
We're also going to be spending a couple turns healing these guys up because they're not dying fast enough, which means we can actually focus on saving our resources. We can pick up this city, but we're going to have to... Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, we can get a crab. Well, not next turn, but we're really close to getting at least a crab. 1, 2, 3.
Why did you actually put this atoll in the east, in the third city?
Good question. That way, when I'm winning the game, it can immediately connect with their cities.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay, so long-term strategy.
It's more if I put... I was going with the previous ocean beta of the windmill next to the aqua farm, and then build all of these crops here, but that's not going to work. I think we still got to just go aquaculture. Population growth. I'd rather my opponent be burning their turn. And we'll go there. We'll keep it there for the defensive bonus.
Ooh, veteran swordsman.
They got a veteran swordsman somewhere?
Yeah, the scout is, I think, 20. This one in the west.
I think this one still has... Yeah, it's just 10 HP.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought it's 20.
Well, we can slow our opponent down a little bit and claim this city for ourselves. Or at least siege it. But it's not going to accomplish too much. I'm going to start rushing out multiple crabs because we really just need the economy with what we got. Marine life would be good too, but it's just our economy is just not good enough to support it. We're just going to siege that. Mermaid, aqua farm. It's time for crab! We'll go and capture. Get another crab at our capital really quick. I think I can get a crab in the capital anyways. I'm gonna go Park of Fortune here. And we gotta just go with a better economy. Fish, fish, resources. With that, we'll then be able to get at least a couple more stuff. So amphibian, you can go there. That was a misplay. I should have just not trained another warrior.
Why is that?
Because then it would have pushed it down here into the south, so I could have moved here and hit this scout for even more damages.
Yeah.
So it's not the end of the world, but it doesn't misplay that kind of matters.
Yeah, much better play.
There was a better play. Gives me one less unit, which I'm kind of needing more units at the current moment anyway, so... Do need to consider marine life. Or we go aquatism. We are 3 units away from the killer monument. Archery. We're 1 step closer to marine life. It's just it's a tad bit too expensive, where I can't pump out sharks fast enough. So right now we're losing the value game. We're being outproduced, so we need to be a little more cost effective than our opponent.
Yeah, I think crabs is a better play.
Yeah, crabs will also be increasing our economy at the same time. It's tough. I can spend this entire turn getting a crab here. I don't know if it's the right play. We're going to do it. Population growth. Aqua farm. Time for crab.
Oh, nice.
And it's about time that we go ahead and just apply pressure on these. Aqua farm. Population bonus. And next turn we have another crab. Yeah. With that, we can pass the turn. So we just need to keep applying more pressure to our opponent than they are to us. I found you. Yes.
Yeah, your comment to a comment. It's nice that they updated Aquarion might be a tribe that can win against Polaris on Waterworld. What are your thoughts?
As long as Aquarion can find find ruins, yeah, I full-heartedly support that. Because all you got to do is for Waterworld is really whoever has the most production is going to be the one who wins. So as long as you get
probably it's plenty of ruins, water ruins on Waterworld. So yeah,
I fully support that statement. I actually think that that would be an actual thing. Alrighty, looks like we can finally pick up marine life because we need to start dealing with these scouts, and sharks are the answer. First, time for crab.
So where are you getting your first truck?
Probably here in the central city, because it's able to apply pressure to all three of these cities here. And as long as we keep pumping out sharks in this central city, we should be fine. It's going to cost 12, not 24. And then we need to make sure that we can unsiege if our opponent tries to siege on the turn after.
Aren't you afraid of the rammers from this on Kinu?
Kinda. We'll be fine.
Okay.
Especially if I just marine life here. Shark. And then we can support. Actually, we can support this flank a little better. I don't think they can deal with all of this, and as long as we don't attack with this mermaid, yeah, we're fine. So now our opponent's going to have to invest all the resources just to get a giant here, where this city is ours, because these scouts can't deal with this crab fast enough.
Yeah, so he probably doesn't have, hunting and forestry.
Yeah, I don't think he has hunting. And what level? Let go. Level 3 to 10. So he actually already has 2 extra pops. So he still needs 4 more.
Okay.
He's already placed the Gates of Power.
Okay, maybe Grand Bazaar is coming.
Yeah, it looks like a potential.
I see some new connections.
Grand Bazaar and a port. That would push our crab to this tile right here. Yep, there's the Grand Bazaar.
Oh,
picks up hunting.
Hunting, yeah. Yeah, so Pyrocratic says, I think Aquarion is underrated on dryland because now they can spread land now. So this might be interesting, the games in bullets, how they... yeah, but it's no. So like on bullets, they won't be that great because it's mirror matches. So it will be water against water. So Polybash may be interesting on dry.
Yeah.
We'll see.
So now it's about who's able to conserve their resources better. Okay, decides to trade 7 for 3. Works for me. Ooh, free shark. Or free crab. Works for me. Huh? What happened? Wait, huh? Hold on, what happened here? This tile became flooded.
Yeah.
How did that become flooded? Digimod, fix.
Interesting. So now they can't use it as a port.
Yeah.
Even though it's flooded. Yeah, so I guess this answers our the question someone had during, I think, the first game. Can you build ports on flooded lands? So I guess you can, but they are kind of not usable, right?
Right. How badly do I want another? Should I save this one unit? Oof. Trying to decide. Nah, we need a shark here, and we just need units. So get an amphibian. We'll pass the turn. Don't get me wrong, we're doing good on units, but maybe I should just pick up Aquatism to have that combat advantage now.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't see them protecting this city anymore.
Mm-hmm.
I think this city's just about gone.
Unless they will pop a giant, because there's like there might be enough if they have if they get forestry.
That's true. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get ourselves a farm, build a gate of power. Time for crab! And just move you on right over here. Move this shark here. Nearly get the kill.
So a shark doesn't kill a...
Well, no, it can, but the shark was at 6 HP.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that shark had seen better days. All right, at this point, we just need to decide what I'm doing with the last of these stars. Oh, I'm 2 stars short from Aquatism.
Yeah, double siege, that's... Yeah, it will be hard to break. I think at least one of those cities is gone.
Population growth. Amphibian, pass turn. So again, as long as we keep applying pressure more than what our opponent can deal with, we should be fine.
Mm-hmm.
They've only got one Juggernaut. Their economy's kind of spread out really far with a whole bunch of level 3 cities, 2 of which are being sieged.
I think they will siege you.
More than likely, we can unsiege.
Mm-hmm.
We'll be fine. Juggernaut's gonna be a little scary though.
Another giant.
Yes. Cute. How much damage do you do? 7. so curious how this turned. Was that always a flooded tile when they built on top of it? Maybe it was. I'll have to look back in the footage or watch the replay later to see what's actually happening there. Got our opponent in a bind. We've got a pretty interesting exchange about to happen here.
Yeah, but it's looking pretty bad for them.
Oh, yeah. I think he's trying to figure out if there's a way to save these cities here. You know, all these units have already acted.
Yeah, so Dan says it was always a flooded tile. It was an Aquarion terrain.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Who's desperately looking for a solution.
Yeah. Yeah, GG. Let's play those two last moves. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, that would have been pretty tricky. You think we might want to test before I resign? I mean, if you want to resign, go for it. I think we've essentially tested everything that needs to be tested. Is there any units people want to see? And I can actually verify the cloak. The daggers do also have mermaid tails. So
yeah,
those also have the float available, but that's going to be like 5 turns between the two of us before I can actually pick those up. Support was able to build. It doesn't function, but it doesn't function as a port. I thought it functioned as a port a couple of times.
Yeah, I think. I
thought so. So you have an option to disembark on land tiles. So when you're going a flooded tile with a boat, you can then use part of the action to have it go from the boat unit to the land unit.
Okay.
I forgot that that's actually one of the things. So that's probably what ended up happening there.
Okay.
You go back to the base unit. Yeah, there's a disembark command now.
Yeah, so we did not see a lot, or actually none of the bomber action, but that's fine. Like I said, we'll probably organize 1 or 2 more Aquarion live streams.
More.
So I think we could just do a little bit of analysis here, see what went wrong for Megu, and then we'll be wrapping up this stream.
Yeah, so I've been doing this for like 6 hours now.
Yeah. So I can imagine you are.
Aquarion versus Kiku.
You are tired.
Small go. That is going to be versus Megu. Thank you, Megu, for being a champ and playing that game with us. So, of course, right now it's hard to analyze anything by Aquarion. We're still getting used to, hey, what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses, what are the more optimal plays. So we're just going to have to go based on gut feeling for any Aquarion moves. But for Kiku, they start in the corner, so they have access to the lighthouse at any given moment. We got to see that our opponent went onto the water very fast. In this case, for reasons, oh my gosh, look at all this fish.
Yeah.
Is that an explorer? Yep, that's an explorer that they're picking up.
Okay, so they had vision. on you.
Get those resources, and then they can actually level up their capital here as well. Minor, well, I guess actually because of where the warrior is, never mind. I was about to say a minor opinion. I would have put the port here, but because of where the warrior was, that was a better play. So I'll keep my mouth on that one.
Yeah, now we can see that there is a style. You see next to your warrior, this one that is more south. There is
right there. That's where a port was built. So also show that you could build ports on flooded tiles and then convert them into ships whenever so desired.
Yep.
Really good for testing a whole bunch of stuff this stream. But yeah, so Mego did fantastic and getting a couple of very important scouts out to really prevent us from, or cutting us off from the center of the map. One of Aquarion's main strengths is being able to go pretty much anywhere they want. And yeah, no, he did a fantastic job in securing the entire southern side of the map for themselves. The tricky thing always, though, is to remember navies are expensive. So whenever so that was a good siege to just deny pressure, but you end up losing tempo with that unit. You can also see right over here, this was a flooded tile, but in order for land units to do what they need to, like roads, it actually is no longer flooded and built up. Units can make that action manually. Or when cities are captured.
Yeah, because I was definitely sure that there were some rafts here, so I was confused. So
yeah,
it's like, so it has two purposes, so you can disembark. Okay,
yeah. I think he ended up disembarking it. I don't know if it was a misclick or not, or if he was just experimenting with it. Yeah, so we're just doing what we can to survive against rammers. Our economy, oddly enough, is pretty much equal to our opponents, despite us being behind in cities. So that's one thing we had going for us is the superior economy.
So one question from me, actually, do you think that it was a good play for them to actually go that far east instead of going a bit back to south and building their forces, because those cities they're far away, and actually if they build up more like naval power, you had 3 cities in the north,
right. So it really comes down to
so if they like my question is, maybe they spread up too far. Like,
they did spread out really far, but in my opinion, it's a good play because it's preventing me from getting more cities and preventing me from getting more production. Which, in a lot of games, whoever can produce more units typically is the one that's going to win because they have the advantage. Yeah, you need 2 warriors in order to kill 1 warrior off. So if you've got both people have 2 warriors, it's equal trade, and whoever does the better exchange is the one that wins. Typically is the one that attacks first. But if you have 3 warriors versus their 2, well, you're going to win that exchange every time. So in general, whoever has more production is the one that's going to win the game in the long run. So I actually think this is a good play to go outwards. It's just he needed to be able to defend this, because whenever you make the play to out expand your opponent, your goal isn't necessarily to then win the game by expanding like this. Your goal is to maintain the advantage and then starve your opponent out, because you're going to win in the long run. The only exception is when cloaks come into play, or if you're playing against an Illyrian player, because they can just spam out a lot of units at once and completely negate that rule. But in general, once you have more cities, just be careful about how you're being aggressive, but really put yourself in position to defend rather than to attack. And in this case, it's whoever's behind, it's their job to initiate the pressure in order for them to win. Because if I wasn't aggressive with these crabs, such say as like I just tried to play defensive with this crab, then all I'm doing is I'm just letting my opponent run away with the advantage over and over. So if you set yourself up in a defensive way and you control what your opponent's doing, then you give yourself the advantage. I think the biggest misplay that happened, though, was not saving up enough stars to get a safety warrior in all your cities, because you got 7. You should at least be training a warrior here, so that way this rider can't get in for free. And you should at least be training a warrior here to make sure that this crab, when it kills this raft, can't just move on in.
Yeah. Was there a city in the corner in south, or?
I believe there's one more. Actually, no. So except for Vaco right over here. Yeah, there's no cities. Also, there was no ruins anywhere for me to claim as a sunken city in this map, interestingly enough.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah.
But so I think the biggest misplay actually was here on this turn 17, is turning this raft into a scout just to poke the shark.
Shark, yeah.
The more important play would have been defending these 2 cities with just throwaway units.
Yeah, so Megu says I kept forgetting that crabs have escaped.
Same. That's a thing that I guarantee you, once Aquarion's released, and if they're feeling this powerful, a lot of people are going to be playing against Aquarion and complaining on the subreddit. So, which is, it's the new Cymanti.
Yeah.
Everybody start playing Cymanti, so that way you have a chance.
Yeah.
No. But honestly, that was a good game. A lot of pressure was applied, but not enough economy was built up to afford this navy. Because when it came to the time where you need to start pumping out a lot of units, it's a lot harder to afford them. No, that was a great game.
Dan has an explanation for lack of those water ruins. So he says, because Archie maps have so few deep water tiles, so that might have been the...
as long as it's on a water tile. It doesn't have to be on a deep water. It could be on a shallow water, and it'll still turn into a city. I think it says specifically on the patch notes deep water. Let's see, if you cut her on the water. So it just says on the water there, but we did have in a couple of our games coastal ruins turn into the sunken cities. So like if this ruin was right here instead, I think it was at the beginning actually. Yeah, so this ruin right here, if somehow I could have gotten here and grabbed this ruin, it would have turned into a sunken city. And actually would have been a good one too.
Yeah, but still, it's just one ruin on your side. And,
alrighty.
3 on your opponent's side. Yep. Good games. Thank you, Toby.
Absolutely. Always a pleasure.
Yeah, so like I said a few times during this stream, I will be doing more of the Aquarion live streams because the game is still in beta, so some changes will probably be implemented. So stay tuned. Thank you for watching today, and see you in the next one.
All right. Thank you very much.
Bye.